English podcast.
From Learn English with Joy.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Joy, the podcast that helps you speak real English, feel more confident, and enjoy the learning process. I'm Chris, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Emily. Whether you're listening on the bus, cooking dinner, or just taking a break, thank you for spending this time with us. We're here to help you grow your English skills in a fun, natural, and joyful way.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever learned a sentence in your English class, like, I am very tired, and then used it in real life, only to hear someone reply, oh, I'm beat too? And you're thinking, wait, what? That's not in the textbook.
Yes, that moment of confusion happens to so many English learners. You say something correct, but it doesn't sound like something a native speaker would actually say.
That's because textbooks and real life are not always the same. In class, you learn the rules. But in real life, people speak with rhythm, emotion, and shortcuts. They don't say, I am very hungry. They say, I'm starving. Or instead of, I do not understand, they say, sorry, I didn't catch that.
And that's what today's episode is all about. We're going to show you how to move from book English to natural English, the way people really speak in conversations, movies, and daily life.
It's not about being perfect. It's about sounding real, speaking in a way that feels normal, relaxed, and easy, like yourself, but in English.
We'll give you real examples, explain when and how to use them, and even practice together. So by the end of this episode, you'll have new phrases you can use right away and sound way more natural.
So are you ready to stop sounding like a robot and start sounding like a real English speaker?
Let's do this together. Let's speak English the natural way, with joy.
All right, let's start with this question. Why does textbook English often sound a little strange?
That's a great question. Textbook English is usually correct. The grammar is perfect. The vocabulary is clear. But here's the problem. It can feel too formal, too stiff, and honestly, a bit too far from real life.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. A few weeks ago, one of my students said, I am not interested in going to the party. Now, that sentence is correct. There's nothing wrong with it. But most native speakers wouldn't say it like that.
Right. It sounds serious, almost too serious. In real life, someone might say, I'm not really into parties, or even just, not my thing. It's still polite, but more relaxed and friendly.
And that's the key. Textbook English often has three big problems.
Problem 1, it sounds too stiff or too formal. In real life, conversations are casual. People speak in short phrases, use contractions, and mix in emotion.
Problem 2, it doesn't sound like how real people speak. Native speakers use expressions, idioms, and simple shortcuts that you don't always see in a textbook.
And problem 3, this one's important, it can hurt your confidence. You learn something correct, but when native speakers don't say it that way, you feel confused or lost.
Yes, I've seen that happen a lot. Students start to think, wait, did I learn it wrong? But the truth is, you didn't. You just learned a version of English that works in class, but not always in conversation.
We want you to feel confident when you speak English in real life, not just in a classroom or on a test. That means learning phrases that people actually use.
And no, you don't need to sound cool or use a lot of slang. That's not what this is about.
It's about sounding natural, friendly, human.
So instead of, I am very tired, say, I'm beat. Instead of, I do not understand, try, sorry, I didn't catch that. That's what we're going to practice today.
Because when your English sounds more natural, people understand you better. And you feel more confident too.
So, ready to learn some real, everyday English?
Let's jump into some fun examples and practice them together.
But first, let's make something clear. When we say natural English, we don't mean slang, and we don't mean speaking without thinking. Natural English is not about sounding cool or using a bunch of new trendy words.
That's right. Natural English means speaking in a way that real people speak, in everyday life. It's friendly, relaxed, and often shorter and simpler than textbook English.
Here's an example. In a textbook, you might learn, I do not agree with that opinion. That's a very formal sentence. But in a real conversation, someone might say, I'm not sure about that. Or even just, yeah, I don't think so.
It's the same idea, but it sounds lighter, softer, and more human.
Natural English often has three main features. Let's break them down one by one.
First, it uses fixed phrases or what we call chunks. These are short groups of words that go together. For example, I'm not sure. Sounds good. No big deal. You don't need to build every sentence word by word. You just use these ready-made phrases, like building blocks.
Second, natural English comes from habit, from repetition. You don't think about grammar while speaking. You just say what feels right. That's why practicing common phrases every day is so powerful.
Exactly. If someone says, "Want to grab coffee later?" and you've heard that before, you don't need to pause and translate. You just smile and say, "Sure, sounds great."
And third, natural English is simple but full of emotion. People use tone, rhythm, and short sentences to express how they feel. Instead of, that was very funny, someone might say, that was hilarious, or just laugh and say, no way.
We're not saying grammar is not important. It is. But real communication is more than grammar. It's about connection. It's about understanding and being understood.
So here's a little reminder. Sounding natural is more useful than sounding perfect.
Yes, don't worry about being 100% correct all the time. Focus on being clear, kind, and real. That's what makes your English strong.
All right, now that we know what natural English is, let's start practicing. We'll show you some common textbook sentences and how to say them in a more natural way.
We'll go step by step. You'll hear the formal version, the natural version, and then practice saying them out loud with us. 1. I am very tired. I'm beat. Let's start with a sentence we all use. I am very tired. It's clear and correct, but it sounds like something you'd write in an essay.
Exactly. In daily life, native speakers usually say, I'm beat. It means the same thing, but it sounds more relaxed and expressive.
You can use I'm beat after a long day of work, school, or even travel.
Here's a real example.
Hey Chris, you look tired.
Yeah, I'm beat. I was grading papers all night.
Much more natural than saying I am very tired, right?
All right, let's practice together. Say it with me. I'm beat.
One more time. I'm beat. 2. I don't understand. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Next up, I don't understand. This is one of the first phrases people learn, and it's not wrong, but it can feel a bit strong or awkward in conversation.
Native speakers often say something softer, like, sorry, I didn't catch that. It's polite, friendly, and useful in fast conversations.
Let's try a quick situation.
Hey Chris, are you going to the thing tomorrow with... Sorry, I didn't catch that. The what? It keeps the conversation going without sounding too serious.
All right, your turn to practice. Repeat after me. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Again, a little faster. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
3. That's very funny. That's hilarious.
How about when something makes you laugh? You might say, that's very funny. It's okay, but not very expressive.
Instead, try saying, that's hilarious. It shows you really found something super funny.
Here's how it sounds in a real moment.
My dog ate my homework.
No way, that's hilarious.
This phrase adds fun energy to your speaking.
All right, ready? Let's say it together. That's hilarious.
One more time with feeling. That's hilarious. 4. I'm not interested. I'm not really into that. Now let's look at something a little tricky, saying no or showing you're not interested in something.
I'm not interested is correct, but it can sound too direct or even a little rude in a casual conversation.
Instead, say, I'm not really into that. It's softer and more polite.
Imagine this.
Do you like horror movies?
I'm not really into that. I like comedies more.
Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I'm not really into that.
Nice and natural. I'm not really into that. 5. Can you help me? Can you give me a hand? Next, let's talk about asking for help. The classic phrase is, can you help me? But we have a warmer option.
Try, can you give me a hand? It means the same thing, but sounds friendly and casual.
Let's try this.
Hey Emily, can you give me a hand with this box?
Sure, 1 second.
Let's practice that together. Say it with me. Can you give me a hand?
Again. Can you give me a hand? 6. I'm very hungry. I'm starving.
Okay, let's talk about food. If you're really hungry, you might say, I'm very hungry.
But a more natural and dramatic way to say it is, I'm starving.
It doesn't mean you're in danger. It just means, I'm really, really hungry.
Here's a fun example.
Lunch break yet?
Yes, please, I'm starving.
Now your turn. Say, I'm starving.
Even more dramatic. I'm starving. 7. It's not a big problem. No big deal. Sometimes you want to tell someone it's okay, no problem. You might say, it's not a big problem, but that sounds a little formal.
Try this instead. No big deal. It's short, easy, and very natural. For example, hey, I'm sorry I'm a bit late.
No big deal. I just got here too.
All right, let's practice. Say it with me. No big deal.
One more time. No big deal. 8. I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Last one for today. You probably learned I'm going to sleep in your first English class. And yes, it's fine.
But if you want to sound more fun and relaxed, try saying, I'm gonna hit the hay.
It's an idiom, like saying, I'm off to bed.
Try this.
I'm so tired. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Yeah, me too. Good night.
Your turn. Repeat after me. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Once more. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Great job. That's 8 natural phrases you can start using today.
Even if you only remember 1 or 2, try using them this week. See how they feel in real life.
And keep practicing out loud. The more you say them, the more natural they'll feel.
All right, coming up next, we'll talk about how to learn natural English every day, even without a teacher.
That's right. You don't need to sit in a classroom to learn how real English sounds. You can learn natural English at home, on the bus, at the gym, anywhere. So let's share a few smart ways to make that happen.
Tip number 1. Listen a lot. Find English that feels real, like podcasts, TV shows, YouTube videos, or even TikToks. Look for voices that sound like how people really talk.
Exactly. Not every video has to be educational. Real-life shows, funny conversations, or short interviews are great too. Just listen and notice how people speak, the words they choose, the expressions they use, how short or relaxed the phrases are.
Tip number 2. When you hear something you like, write it down. Maybe someone says, no big deal, or I'm not really into that. Don't just think, that's cool. Pause. Write it down. Try saying it.
Even better, try it in real life. Use it in a conversation or repeat it during your daily English time. Make the phrase part of your world.
Tip number 3. Don't study words alone. Instead of learning just the word hungry, learn the phrase I'm starving. Instead of just help, learn can you give me a hand?
When you learn words in full phrases, with real emotion and meaning, they stick. And you know when to use them.
Another great method is shadowing. Listen to a sentence in a podcast or video, pause, and repeat right away. Try to match the rhythm, sound, and feeling.
It may feel silly at first, but it works. Think of it like karaoke for speaking. You're practicing how English feels, not just how it looks on paper.
Remember, you don't need to sound like a textbook. You need to sound like you.
Yes, sound like a real person, a person who speaks with confidence, emotion, and clarity.
Coming up next, we'll talk about your mindset and why sounding natural is better than trying to sound perfect.
Let's be honest. Many English learners are afraid of making mistakes. So what happens? They stick to safe sentences, the ones from textbooks or grammar books, sentences that are correct, but maybe don't sound very real.
And we understand that fear. Nobody wants to feel embarrassed or get stuck in the middle of a conversation. But here's the truth. Trying to sound perfect can actually stop you from learning.
Yes, because when you aim for perfection, you become afraid to try. But learning a language is not about doing everything right the first time. It's about trying, making mistakes, learning from them, and trying again.
Let's say that again. Try, make mistakes, fix, repeat. That's the cycle. That's how real learning happens.
And guess what? Native speakers make mistakes too, every day. We forget words. We change sentences halfway through. We mix up grammar sometimes, and that's okay.
Because communication is not about perfect grammar. It's about sharing your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings. It's about connection.
So if you say, "I go to store yesterday," people will understand. Is it perfect grammar? Number. But the message is clear, and that's what really matters.
And when you speak naturally, with feeling, people don't focus on your small mistakes. They focus on you. They see your effort, your smile, your meaning.
So here's our friendly reminder. Don't be a robot. Be a real person.
Yes, be someone who takes risks, who speaks up, who learns out loud.
Forget perfect. Aim for progress. Aim for connection.
Coming up next, we've got something fun. A quick quiz to help you review today's natural phrases and vocabulary. Ready to play?
Let's do it. We'll go back and forth. I'll give you the word and the meaning, and Emily will give you an example in a real conversation. Easy and fun.
And feel free to repeat the sentences after me, like shadowing practice. Let's build those speaking muscles.
First word, beat. It means very tired. You feel exhausted after a long day.
Example, I was up late doing homework. I'm beat. Your turn, Chris.
Next word, catch. Not like in baseball. This catch means to hear or understand something someone says.
Example, sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you say it again?
Word number 3, hilarious. It means something is super funny. You're laughing a lot.
Example, that video of the cat dancing? Hilarious.
Next, into. If you're into something, it means you like it or enjoy it.
Example, I'm not really into action movies. I prefer comedies.
Here's a good one. Starving. It means very hungry. Not just hungry, super hungry.
Example, let's eat now. I'm starving.
Next, give me a hand. This means help me with something, usually physical or practical.
Example, hey, can you give me a hand moving this table?
Here's a fun one. Hit the hay. It's an idiom. It means go to sleep.
Example, it's late. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Number 8, no big deal. This means something is not a problem. It's okay.
Example, you forgot your notebook? No big deal.
Word 9, natural. It means normal and relaxed, not forced or too formal.
Example, just be yourself and speak in a natural way.
Last one, phrase. A phrase is a short group of words that has meaning together.
Example, I'm beat is a common phrase we use when we're tired.
Awesome job. You've just reviewed 10 great words and phrases from today's episode.
Want to remember them better? Try writing your favorite 3 in the comments, or even better, use them in a real conversation this week.
And don't go anywhere. We've got one more message before we wrap up today's episode.
If there's one thing we want you to take away from today, it's this. You don't need to sound perfect to sound real.
Yes, Real English is full of pauses, little mistakes, and moments when you search for words. That's okay. What matters most is trying, not being perfect.
Progress happens when you speak up, even when you're unsure, even when your grammar isn't perfect. That's how we grow.
There's a quote I love by Maya Angelou. She said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better."
That's beautiful. And so true for language learning. You speak with what you have now, and tomorrow you'll have even more. So if you're listening right now thinking, but my English isn't good enough, we want to tell you it is enough. You are learning, you are improving, and that's what matters. Be proud of every little step you take, every word, every sentence, every time you try.
And hey, before you close this episode, say one sentence out loud in English. Just one. It can be simple, it can be quiet, but say it.
Say something like, I'm learning English, or I'm doing my best, or even I'm beat. Just for fun.
Thanks for joining us today, friends.
You're doing great. We'll see you next time.